like you're the queen of cities, though, because Chicago, Miami, New York, and LA. So which one's your favorite?
Oh my God, I gotta say LA. Big cities are my thing, and living in just different cities. I love that feeling of starting over.
Producer and head of editorial at LATV, Carolina Trejos.
Hola, chicas. Hola. So happy to be here.
Yes.
Welcome, ladies.
Speaking of big cities, a little birdie told me that you moved from NYC right when the pandemic hit.
Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Yes, I lived in New York for 5 years. I was living the life in New York. I really liked my job there. I was also working editorials, working for people in Espanol, hosting and doing everything. You know, the journalist in New York lifestyle, that was me. But then it was a coincidence because I moved back from New York to LA because of health reasons, and then pandemic hit. So imagine, I moved back right in, I think it was March 6th, and then everything closed down March 16th. So I was like, okay, welcome back to LA, Caro.
It's like you're back and you're stuck here.
Exactly. And imagine coming from a city as hectic as New York, as crazy, the lifestyle there is so, frenetic, and I loved it. And to come to LA and just be in lockdown, it was very hard. It was hard,
Yeah.
But I think LA is such a big city too. I love it as well, and I'm so happy everything's kind of starting to open back up.
Yeah. So I feel like you're the queen of cities, though, because Chicago, Miami, New York, and LA. So which one's your favorite?
Oh my God, I gotta say LA. I'm biased though because my family's here. I mean, I have a love for every single one of them, because in Chicago, it was like right when we moved from Colombia to here, it's like my first city. Thanks to Chicago, I learned to speak English, because if I would have gotten to Miami right away, I think my English would not be very good looking. So it was Chicago. Went to college in Miami. I lived in my 20s in Miami. Party time. College in Miami was the best. And then LA, I was briefly here before I moved to New York for 5 years. So yeah, big cities are my thing, and living in just different cities. I love that feeling of starting over.
Nice.
I don't know about you guys.
Yeah. Right. So you moved to LA and you have Pinkafesa with your sister, and then you also do the editorial at LATV. So can you tell us a little bit more about what you do in both essence?
Yeah, I love it. I love that aspect of being in front of the camera, but also behind the scenes. I am a journalist at heart, and I think storytelling is everything. Whatever medium you do it. So I enjoy writing, and now I'm the managing editor at LATV.com. So we're starting to write a lot more content and just those stories. And I feel what is behind LATV is, just you have that inclusivity. We want to be very diverse. So I was like, okay, I want to work for a network and an outlet that has those voices, the Latino voices and all of that. Yeah. So that's what we're doing on the editorial side. And also I have Pinkafesa, which is our televised podcast next to my sister. Shout out to my sister. Her and I, we started Pinkafesa years ago. And then when LATV came to us we started as an only podcast, only audio back in 2019, pre-pandemic. Everything happened like pre-pandemic. And then right before 2020, we started doing our TV show here at LATV. So ever since then, we've been telling stories about women entrepreneurs. We focus on women business owners, and just kind of getting the story behind what's, all of us have a story, as being a struggle or story of success or perseverance. And I think that every Latina that we've had on the podcast, every Latina that we've had on the show has a story, or maybe a line, or maybe an anecdote, or something that has changed another woman's life, So that's what we... Yeah, you guys should all come to the show.
Yeah. Yes. What made you want to actually start it? That's a great idea.
Well, Pinkafesa is a brand that started years ago because of an idea that my mom had. My mom is a fashion designer. She's like, oh, I want to do like a boutique, but not a store. We should do like a online shop. We can get women together. And then my sister and I jumped on the idea. My sister's a producer, also an actress, and she's like, oh, we can do like events and we can do TV shows. And I was like, we can do a blog, we can write for women online and then put the clothes online. So all these ideas that my sister, my mom, and I had just all came together into a platform for women. And then we started evolving. Mind you, this took about 10 years. And then now we're finally at a moment where we're like, okay, this is the platform that we were looking for. This is what we wanted to do. And it was all about that. Pinkafé means, so pink, obvio, el color de la mujer, rosado, pink. And café, we all always get together to have a cafecito, right? So
especially Colombians. Colombians are very serious about their coffee.
We had to have it in our name. So we're like, Pinkafé just means cafecito en mujeres, you know?
Yeah.
So that's what we're about. Telling stories, getting together, getting women together.
Oh, that's amazing. Well, Caro, thank you so much for joining us. We're out of time. But
girl.
Please follow Carolina and Pinkafé. But we want to thank you again. And we're going to take a quick break. But when we come back, we'll be back with Jackie and Aubrey.